Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Phoenix Act and welcome back to this Let's Play of Tomb Raider Remastered. I'm sorry that there wasn't a video last week. I was ill and, well, to be frank, I still am. Or I've still got the after effects of my illness at the moment, so I apologise if there's any sniffling or anything on screen, screen, in the audio or what have you. Where are you? So yes, I apologise for that. I'll try to mute it if I have any sort of coughing fits or anything like that. Or any sneezing fits, probably more likely, but anyway, this is the Colosseum. So apparently we've made a trip to Rome from Greece at the end of the last level. I mean, younger me was quite fooled by this because I thought the Colosseum was just a term to describe any arena in the Roman Empire, but any amphitheater, but no. No, the Colosseum is a specific place. It's the big arena within Rome itself, so the devs got this one wrong, I'm afraid. There's no rationalizing this one away. Anyway, we got that med pack there. That's not a secret. That's just a med pack, which is nice to have. And then we go up here. Right, so I say this every time, but I think I recall where one of the secrets is right now, actually. It's right. Yeah, there's a gap in the wall over there you can see. But every time I start a new level past the Lost Valley, I just assume for some reason, see, yeah, you can actually see it right there. One of the more obvious ones, if you're actually looking. I assume for some reason every time I start a new level that I've forgotten where all the secrets are, even when I get there and I suddenly just, oh, I remember now. But I'm sure at some point I will be at a place where I struggle to remember all the secrets. Sorry, I just had to mute for a second there. But yes, we could probably make this back fairly easily as well if I can make this jump. Yes, just about. Okay. And then in here to continue through the level. And those noises means there's alligators about. Ooh. Well, that's annoying. They've got a little hidey hole where they can hide from me. But this one wandered out too far. Now let's see if I can get this guy. Nope, he's just going to keep circling around. Oh, could have had him then. This is going to be a pain. I mean, you can see the medipack down there. That's why I'm getting rid of these alligators, so I can go down and get it. There'd be no point in me getting the medipack if I just have to use it immediately. That would just be a waste of time. Yeah, so they gave the alligators or the crocodiles or wherever they are that little cubby hole to hide in, which is a bit annoying, but overall I think I actually, in principle, obviously because this is an old 5th gen game at its core, in principle I like the here's the second secret, by the way. In principle, I like the combat in this era of Tomb Raider more than I do in the Survivor era, because the basic premise behind combat in this is to keep moving, is to you know, that's the basic way to do combat, is to keep moving. Unlike the 2013 onwards, which are squarely in the cover shooter genre. Right, we could open that gate and go down that way, but there's another lion. That takes us back to the beginning of the level, and there's a lion there that I didn't get rid of, which is... I don't really want to bother with. And here's Pierre. Are we already... I thought the Frenchman was already running away. But yes, the basic principle here is if you keep moving, you're less likely to get hit, basically. It lowers his odds of actually hitting you. And come on, just get lost, Pierre. His path finding has bugged out, apparently. Run away, Pierre. Run away. Yes, he needs to leave through the main entrance. There we go. And now he's gone. Thankfully. Okay, now let's get rid of some of these animals. Oh, wow. Well, the same principle applies in reverse, unfortunately. The more the animals are moving, the further away they are, the less likely you are to actually hit them, which becomes a real pain, but really. And this is going to become a real pain as well, isn't it? I'm actually going to have to go down to fight them, and that's going to be very much a large pain. Oh dear. Can we? No? Alright. Come on, Mr. Gorilla. Oh, he was one shot away. And I can see another lion there that hasn't... I'm actually going to have to get close to take this one out as well. That's a pain. Hiya. There we go. I'm going to switch back to my pistols because we still have limited... I don't know why I did that. Limited ammo for the shotgun. And then we go down this way. I think. Yes. There's going to be enemies in here. There's no way there isn't. And another lion. That went better than it could have. Let's check these cells just to make sure there's nothing here. I don't think there is. I suppose this is where they kept the lions back in the age of the Roman Empire. But you do wonder how they survived for as long as they did. Right, I remember this because it gives, well, it's a pain, but once you've flipped those switches, you heard it, more lions spawn in the arena, and it's, if my memory serves, it's very easy to die here. Yes, it's very easy to die here because it's very easy for those lions to get you when you're climbing up if you're unlucky. So we got pretty lucky there. I probably could have used my pistols instead of the shotgun for that last lion, but oh well. Right, this room is... okay, I think this is... yeah, this is probably a pressure plate. So we... and then this opens the cells. Let me open this one. Okay, so that... oh no, we're trapped. What should we do? But there's a pressure plate inside the cell that opens this cell door. I get that for gameplay reasons. You wouldn't want the player to get trapped if they made the wrong choice on which cell to enter, but it's still kind of funny to think about that there's a way to open the cell from the inside. But yes, so we go this one first. Flip this switch, which probably opens the gate in the other cell. And then we do this one, which opens this one. Wait, really? Okay. Did that not open? Oh, wow, that's on a timer. That is on a timer. Okay, that's interesting. I'd forgotten about that. So we've got to be fast as possible here. Yeah, you've got to be fast to get this done. Wow. Okay. There we go. Took a couple of attempts, but we got there in the end. It's entirely possible, I think, to get down here without having to go through all that fuss, but at the same time, spikes. So, yeah, that up there leads directly down from the arena, and I have done it before. You've got to, I think I have, you've got to angle it so you fall directly over here, basically, so you land just beyond the spikes. It can be done, but 9 times out of 10, you're just going to fall into the spikes, and that's the end of that. So... I didn't mention, by the way, there's a... yes, we're climbing back out into the arena to a part that was previously blocked off by all this rubble, which, fortunately, this little gap down here, we left that door open for us. Convenient, or, you know, convenient but not, because if the rubble wasn't here in the first place, we wouldn't have to do all this climbing out. But... was it? Yes, there's something over there. I don't think it's a secret, but... shotgun shells, we could always do with more of those. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, there is a couple of achievements or trophies you can get here, which are killing the ape at the highest climbable point. Like, let the ape get to the highest climbable point in the arena, which I think is around here, and then killing it. And the other one is to kill a certain number of animals from the Emperor's box, which is just over there. But both of those, in my experience, are a bit time-consuming. And it'd probably be rather just boring to watch me trying to get all the pieces into place for that. So instead, I just decided to do it the regular way. And now we're going to go to the Emperor's box. Not to mention, of course, having to run around the arena with all those creatures still alive. another one. I can hear it. Where are you? Where are you? Running away. But that only plays to my favor, friend. Right, let's see. Like I say, this is a game I've played often, but it's just one of those where I've played the beginning levels more often than the later levels. Right, let's see what's behind here. So I don't always remember everything past the Peru section of the game. So if I make mistakes and so forth, that's my apologies. Ooh, another medipack. Excellent. We could always do with more of those, especially once we start getting to the later levels. And that opens the first real challenge chamber, I guess you could call it. So we're probably going to take damage here, but it's quicker to do it this way, so yeah. Took damage, but oh well. Not to the end of the world, and we can get out of the arena by going this way. And there's almost certainly... Oh. Just bats. I was expecting with this opening this door to trigger... Ow. Yep. There we go. You can just hide. Just hide in the hole, just making sure there was no medipacks or anything there. Yeah. I didn't actually pause the game because of the boulder, by the way. Even if you might not believe me, I paused because I wanted to check my health. Health after the gate shut on top of me. I was half expecting that to have taken off like a massive chunk of health, but apparently it was fine this time, so that's good. And this opens another gate. Sliding down backwards so I can grab on. Not that the drop was really big enough to necessitate... Wait, what am I doing? Not that the drop was really big enough to necessitate that, but hey-ho, good practice to get into, I think. Oh. And Pierre's back? Really? In the exact same position as last time? Are we joking right now, game? He's not... I don't recall having to fight Pierre twice in the same area, ever. And then his health is gone, so we can just move on. That's really weird. I don't ever recall anything like that before. I don't recall... Ah, is this... It is. Okay, we're going to make a save here, because I think I recall... I think I recall where the last secret is now. But it might take... Yes. So like this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then... Oh, did it first time. Yes, you've got to be quick on that one, because obviously you saw the door closed right after me there, because it's on a timer. And this is where we pick up the... Well, if you do this secret, you can pick up the magnums early, which is nice. So yes, we now have the magnums with 250. I don't think they're quite as strong as the shotgun, but they have a higher firing rate, so that's nice. Let's just... Yeah, you can kind of tell that's movable, that piece of wall there. But yeah, that's actually the first time I've ever managed to do that. To do that secret on a single in a first attempt. Okay, so we should jump this. And okay. I don't think it would be lethal if we just dropped down, but I want to see if I can do this without doing that. Going back down is always a lot scarier because it's obviously it's much easier to overshoot when you're going back down, when you're jumping to a platform that's lower. There we go. And that opened something else, and I wasn't paying attention. But I'm assuming it's over this way. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention then when it showed us what that opened, but yeah, there we are. No more bats? No? I'm disappointed. Also, why are the bats out? I mean, I assume bats are nocturnal, so it made more sense in the original because the skybox was just plain. I thought there was something over there then. It's plain black, so it made it look like it was night, even though the reason that the skybox was plain black in the original was because what's down here? The reason the skybox was plain black in the original was because they were having difficulty getting it to work properly. Because don't forget, this was one of the earliest 3D games, so more stuff. We always need more stuff, especially ammo and medipacks. But that means, I think, yes, 3 out of 3 secrets. Yay. And we'll just keep pushing this for as long as we can. And we enter this nice big room here. And from here we shall pull this to the side so it's out of the way. Yeah, once you're used to how the game works, you can kind of anticipate the things it wants you to do. And we need this key. So let's take it. And I think the key is the real thing. You need to move forwards to the next level towards the end goal. Pulling that switch opens something up, but it's not this switch here, it's more of a trick. We saw it open that door that if you might recognize from being in the Emperor's box, but it's very much not the way towards the end of the level, I don't think. So, yeah, it's another enemy spawned, but we can take care of that fairly easily. The gorillas have much less health than the lions, which is nice. And do I have to do that again? No, it's still open for some reason this time, even though it was on a timer before. Oh well. It makes life easier, so I'm not going to challenge the logic of it, because that wasn't the way forward, idiot. You can just go straight through here. You didn't have to bother with all the timed gates and that again. Oh well. But yes, we're nearing the end of the level now. This was a lot shorter than my memory made it out to be. My memory was making this level out to be some sort of grueling sort of... ooh, what happened there? Was making this level out to be some sort of grueling sort of marathon, but it really wasn't, was it? I suppose once you've got some idea of where everything is, it just becomes a lot quicker. Just wait till we get to the later levels, so I'm sure the later levels will definitely provide much more of a challenge. Right, so but first, before we do anything else, we're going to come down this way where this door was opened, and let's have a look. Yes, there's one more item that I need to pick up, and it should be through this door, just to get every item in the level. And that's the thing about Tomb Raider 1 is that every pickup, even the secrets, are useful or something useful. So you want to pick them up if you can because it will actually help out. Unlike other games where secrets are usually just some collectible that doesn't do much of anything. Which is kind of how I like it. Anyway, we used the key we picked up in this. Really? Really? Where? Are we... Is it out in the arena? Did I miss one out in the arena? Yes, I did somehow. There we go. I know I've missed a few enemies anyway. But there is an achievement / trophy in this game for, getting rid of all the enemies, so I keep thinking I hear another one. Maybe it's just my imagination. Anyway, we go down here. And we get picked up by the current. Or we should do. Okay. I thought we got picked up by the current and that would hurry us along. But now, yes. This is a massive pain as well. I might fast forward through this bit if it begins to drag too much. Again, facing the crocodiles in the water, or the alligators in the water, whichever they are, I'm not sure which they're meant to be, but facing them in the water is kind of a pain. I mean, this isn't exactly frictionless, but like the scowl on her face. Same scowl she always has when she's facing enemies. She always... I do like it. It was something that was probably... I don't know how much effort you had to put into that sort of thing with early 3D games, but it's a nice little sort of touch. Wait, did that get it? Yes, that got it though. And I forgot to pull the switch. Oh well. Yeah, that's a nasty little, well, not nasty, but it's a kind of a mean trick to pull, I think. Right, which way is which? It came from that way, so it's this way. I think it's this way. But yes, now we should have opened some sort of gate, I assume. Yes, there we go. And there we go. That's the end of the Colosseum. Yeah, not bad. We got all the secrets and all the items in that one. That's good. Right, and then for some reason I thought that was a level that was going to end with the current catching Laura and then hurrying us off towards the next level, but apparently not. Anyway, I think this is the Palace of Midas, if I remember right. But we're going to save it for now, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you next time. Until then, please take care of yourselves.